Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at the Fedora Budgie Spin. And it says the Fedora Budgie Spin showcases the Budgie desktop, a feature-rich modern desktop designed to stay out of the way of the user. Budgie Desktop uses common desktop design metaphors while offering users sophisticated functionalities such as the Raven widget and notification center, and an approachable method to personalization. The spin is designed to align closely with the upstream Budgie desktop, providing a close to vanilla experience with a curated set of default applications that fit in best with Budgie. And if we scroll down here, here's a look at it. It comes with Firefox, Thunderbird, the GNOME terminal, Budgie desktop settings, LibreOffice, a Trill, Rhythmbox for your music, Parole for playing videos, and Eye of Mate to view images. So I'm just going to get this downloaded. Once this download's complete, I'll show you how to put the ISO on a USB stick. If you already know how to do that, feel free to skip. I will have timestamps at the bottom. But for everybody else, I'm going to show you how to put the ISO to USB stick, boot up to the USB stick and install, and then I'll see everybody else on the first boot. Before we get into the video today, shout out to Addy7474. He is the channel's first member. Appreciate that. I'm going to have Keith from Last Days Guitar as the background music going forward. I'll leave a link in the description to his channel. Y'all go check him out. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, and that download did complete. So now we want to go over to FlatHub and grab Fedora Media Writer. Just copy this, throw that in your terminal to install it if you don't already have it. And then bring it up. And then we're going to select the ISO file that we just downloaded. Next. Select your USB stick. And then go to where you downloaded the ISO. Select that and open. And then go ahead and write that. I'm just going to ask you for your password. Type that in. And then let that write to your USB stick. It'll say completed when it's done. Depending on your motherboard vendor, it's either going to be F9 through F12 as your boot key. And then once you've done that, you've got to your boot menu, select the USB stick that you just wrote the ISO to, boot to that. That's going to bring up the installer, and that's where I'll meet you in the next section. All right, we've booted to our USB stick here. We're just going to do Start Fedora Budgie Live. Let that boot up. Okay, we've made it to the installer. We're just going to double click on Install to Hard Drive. Let that load. Okay, welcome. Let's install Fedora Linux now. Select your language and your keyboard layout. Click Next. Select your date and time and click Next. And then we want to use the entire disk next. We don't want encryption. And let's create our account. Put in a super secret password. Next. And we don't need to enable the root account, so let's leave that blank. And this gives us a summary of all the options we just selected, along with the partitions that are going to be created on our hard drive. I'm just going to click on Erase Data and Install. And we'll let this install, and I'll see you at the first login. All right, we've made it to the login screen, so I'm just going to log in here. And since this is our first login, what I like to do is go check for updates. So we're going to go into Discover. Looks like it's fetching the updates now. All right, looks like we've got 669 packages to upgrade. I'm just going to click on Update All. And we'll let these download and install, and then I'll give it a reboot, and then I'll rejoin you there. All right, let's go ahead and open the terminal. And we'll do a sudo dnf install Fastfetch, BTOP, and HTOP. Put in your password. We'll let those download. Say yes. I'm going to clear that out and we'll do a fast fetch. You can see we're running Fedora Linux 44 Budgie Edition. Linux kernel 7.0.14. A little under 2,000 RPM packages. The shell is bash 5.3.9. Desktop environment is Budgie 10.10.2. Windows Manager is LabWC 0.9.6. It's running on Wayland. The terminal is console 26.4.3. We're using about 1.34 gigs out of 8, just sitting here idle. Okay, go ahead and clear that. We'll run HTOP. Give that a second to load. CPU's between 1, 2, and 3%. Memory sitting about 930 meg out of our 8 gigs. And there's our processes. Just going to do a Control-C to quit out of that. Do another clear. We'll do a BTOP. Give that a second to load. CPU's 1, 2, 3%. Memory 1.14 gigs out of our 8. And there's our partitions, network, and our processes. And that's BTOP. All right, let's take a look at the system monitor. CPU, I see it spiking up around 10%. GPU, I don't have any information there. This is running on a VM, that's probably why. Memory, 1.3 out of our 8. Not using any swap. It's got our network. And this shows how much disk is being used. Then our applications that are opened. Deeper dive into those applications. Our history, memory, and network. And then the processes that we've got running. And we are able to click on these columns to filter by CPU and memory. And that's the system monitor. All right, now I'm going to show you how to install software on Budgie. Fedora Budgie 44 comes with Discover as its software manager. So we'll just open that and we'll go in and I'll show you how to install software. So we're just going to install GIMP here. So you click on that. It's got a slideshow. Scroll down a little bit further. It's got a description. You can leave a review. It's got some external links and it shows you what permissions it's going to have. Full access, can access everything on the system. All right, we're just going to click on install. All right, and that did finish downloading. We'll go ahead and close out of that. And let's go into all and then let's search for GIMP. Let's type G and it found it already. And it comes with GIMP 3.2. Think of this application like Adobe Photoshop. It's the open source version basically. Okay, let's take a look at this system tray. Starting in the bottom right, far right we've got our Raven sidebar. Click on that, you've got your widgets, which includes a calendar, your sound, and microphone. And then to the right of that, you've got your tab for notifications. And then to the left of the Raven sidebar, you've got your time, your volume, notifications, and your network. And then you've got your quick launch for your applications. And that includes the media player, Discover, Rhythmbox, Firefox, and Dolphin. And then you've got your super. Clicking on super, you've got power options, settings, as well as Budgie desktop settings. We'll go ahead and go in there. And this is specific to Budgie. So inside the Budgie desktop settings, you've got your widgets, where you can control the theme that they use, different icons, your cursors, notification position, got the dark theme, built-in theme. You can override the LabWC compositor theme and control if you want animations on or off. Under desktop, you can select if you want desktop icons or not, whether or not you want to see an external hard drive when you plug it in or not, your home directory, the trash can, if you want to double click or single click to go into a folder. So that's one click there. If you want to change that to double, I have to double click to go into it. We'll leave it at single, that's fine. Icon size is normal. You can go large or massive. We'll go normal. And then control how many virtual desktops you want, which is basically workspaces. It's default set to 4. You can come in here and you can change your font. Also, if you're using an LCD screen, you can change that to subpixel. I'll do that now. I'm not sure you'll be able to tell in the video. You've got Raven. You can change the configuration for the Raven sidebar. And you can change the position, left or right. if you want your notifications to show up newest to oldest or oldest to newest. Windows, you got your button layout. Right is the standard. And that's the location of your minimize, maximize, and close. So if we change that to left, you can see how it pops up over there. We'll leave it on right. Center new windows on the screen. That's nice. Disable night light when the windows are full screen. You can toggle that on and off. Pause notifications when windows are in full screen, on or off. Automatic tiling. You can change how a window's in focus mode. Do you want to click to make it in focus mode? Do you want to raise the window to make it focus mode, or move your mouse into the window? Show all windows in tab switcher. Turn that on and off. Here's your bottom panel. Basically, we just went through, but you can edit this. You can take things out. Let's say you didn't need the clock for whatever reason. You can just come in here and delete that. And now the time is gone. We can easily come back in here, add it back, and then reposition it to where it was. You can create a new panel, and you can select which applications would launch when you first boot up into your machine. Let's say you work with files a lot and you just want Dolphin to load as soon as you log in. You can just add it here. And now that we've added that there, the next time we restart or log out and log back in, Dolphin will launch automatically. And that is Budgie settings and our system tray. Okay, let's take a look at the backgrounds. I'm just going to right click System Settings and then click on Background. And I'll move this over to the side. And I'm just going to run through these wallpapers. I've always really liked this one for some reason. Just clean, like the colors. So I'll stick with this one. And that was the wallpapers. Alright, let's run out and get my toolbox and see if it'll install. So it's just hps github.com, the Linux IT guy. And scroll down, do the quick start. I have not tried this prior to filming, so let's see if this works. Paste. And the cool thing about the toolbox is we can select any piece of software we want to install. Go to Remove tab, remove any piece of software that we want removed. Do any kind of administration task. Check our system information. For this example, I just want to install the Zen browser, and then we'll remove Firefox. In the top right, it's got the supported distributions. It supports Arch, Debian, and Fedora. It highlights the distribution that you're using. So we're using Fedora Budgie 44. And in the bottom left, it'll show you your package manager, which is DNF. I've got Zen installing, and then we've got Firefox getting removed. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of Firefox. And I'm just going to click on Run here, put in my password, and I'll let that go. Okay, and that did complete, so we're just going to quit out of this. Close the terminal. And if we go to Internet, we can see we no longer have Firefox. We've just got the Zen browser here. And it is working. So basically we're going to right click Zen, favorite it, click and hold, drag it over to the left of our rhythm box, and then we can right click Firefox and unfavorite that to clean that up. And now we've got Zen installed and Firefox uninstalled all in one go. So who is Fedora Budgie actually for? Anyone coming from Windows that already knows the taskbar layout with the system tray and your clock on the bottom right, as well as this Raven sidebar. The Raven sidebar is going to feel very familiar, and anyone that needs the stability of Fedora, as well as the latest kernel, the latest Mesa drivers, Fedora Budgie would be great for that. That's going to do it for today's video. If you found this video helpful, Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Here are some other videos you might enjoy as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.